Hey everybody, welcome back to the Old Swedes Farm. I'm Rich, and we're going to cover a big topic today, something that I've been asked a lot. Now, before I get started, if you like this video, can you give us the thumbs up? I always forget to ask that. And if you really like our videos, hit the subscribe button. We've done a lot of chicken videos, and people have seen that we've got quite a few chickens. We've got 54 of them right now. And so, get a lot of questions. The number one question is, we think you're selling eggs, Rich and Holly. Do you make money doing it? Great question, and one that it's taken me about a year plus to figure out, to really dive in there. I'm a data guy, so been diving in. Anything you do on your homestead or your small hobby farm or even your backyard, I always consider it like a business. You know what, our garden out there is a business. So we had to put the fencing and all the infrastructure around it. And then we get into production. The chickens are the same thing. Think of it as a business. And to start it up, you need some startup capital. So how much are you willing to put in to kind of get things going? I'll tell you, if you look at some of our other videos, we had our outdoor coop for our initial girls. We got 20 chickens and had to build something. We had them inside and then had to build something to raise them. We had to have something to protect them before they could really get out and fend for themselves a little bit. So that initial chicken run and coop, that cost about $1,200. And also there was some startup supplies. And I don't want to get into too much, but about $300 in startup supplies. You're going to need a waterer. You're going to need something to have food in for them. You're going to have to get either eggs or you're going to have to get chicks. So there's some startup costs there. Now for us, here's my bad joke of the whole show. It was about the time of the stimulus checks when we got into this. So one of our stimulus checks took the $1,200 to get that going. So did we get our money for nothing and our chicks for free? Sorry, bad joke. Anyways, started with 20 chickens. Over the winter, we got them in the spring. They started to lay in the fall. Over the winter, they were into production. And we got about 16 and a half eggs per day. So a little over a dozen plus some stuff for us. As soon as people heard we had chickens, wow, we had people busting down our door, calling us. People at Holly's work. Hey, can we get some eggs? No problem. So we said, how about $4 a dozen? They're free-range chickens, no antibiotics, nothing. The girls are out eating, and we've got them on layer feed, and they're out free-ranging. No problem. $4 a dozen. Our only additional cost later, and I would put this out. This is how we give out our eggs right now. And these are about $1. They're from the dollar store. These plastic reusable, and then we get some rubber bands. We've been using these for well over a year. Great way to package your product for protection, but also a great way to reuse it so you don't have that ongoing expense of egg cartons. It's small, but all those little pennies add up over years. We got into the winter and we were selling 7 dozen, 8 dozen if we got better production, 8 dozen or so a week. Spring was coming and we said, let's expand. If we're making a little bit of money now, let's get bigger. And so we did. We got another 40 chicks this spring. And as you've seen in some other videos out in the pole barn now, for the winter we've combined both flocks. But for the spring we needed to make a coop inside there, so that we could keep the young girls separated from the older girls, both for their protection, but also from predators too. The money that had spun off from the older girls paid for that coop. Nice way. Hey, we're starting to pay for ourselves now. Now, we had to pay for feed and such, and feed and a few extra supplies through the spring. Now we've got 54 chickens in the fall. 54 chickens that are laying. Now, they don't all lay 1 egg per day per girl. And in fact, we're in the winter. We still supplement their light. We're trying to get get them to lay as much as possible. I track all this stuff. Holly loves seeing our refrigerator because I've got all our calendars up there. And as you can see, we write down how many eggs we get per day. For November, we got 38.97 eggs per day. We're getting about 22 eggs per girl. But about, let's just say 39, let's round up, 39 eggs per day. So we're getting 3 dozen eggs per day from our 54 girls, and 3 dozen plus we've got some extra per day for us. We're in the middle of winter, and so our production is not the greatest. I've got a couple girls who are broody. I've got some of the first year girls, the first ones from that group of 20 that are molting. So they're not in production right now. So this is the worst time of year for production, but we're still getting about 39 eggs a day. So 3 dozen eggs per day. With that 3 dozen, we've got 3 dozen plus, 3 dozen to sell per day. So 21 dozen per week to sell. There's our production. What are our costs? We'll go cost, then production. Our costs. Those 54 girls, they're still leaving the pole barn during the day and walking around the yard. Not far, but they're walking around the yard, eating some grass, eating some stuff that they find. Not a real free range. They're eating about 2 bags of layer feed per week for the 54 girls. Now, a bag of layer feed is $18, so I've got $36 of expense per week just for food. I'm throwing in some miscellaneous stuff just to round it up. Do we get some grub terra? Do we get some apples? Do we get them something that is needed just to kind of supplement them during the winter here? Most of it is kind of like grub terra, protein for the ones that are not producing but are molting. So I put $4 a day. So that $4 per week. The $36 per week for the feed and $4, my expense is $40 a week is what I'm figuring. I'm not figuring in a little bit of electricity for the lights out there. I'm not considering the cost of the gallons of water that I need every day for them for watering. There's some small other incremental costs that I've kind of rolled into the cost of the farm. I don't know how to break out that much water or electricity, so just want full disclosure. So $40 is my expense. We're getting 3 dozen a day or 21 dozen a week. We've got people ringing asking Holly, can you bring eggs in because I want to get them, and she brings them in, that 21 dozen, $4 a dozen. It's $84 a week. $84 of income, $40 of expense, $44 a week of profit. Woo! It's not big money, but when you add that up, $44, and you're throwing that into the egg fund. I've got a different fund out at the bank, the egg fund. That $44 times across 52 weeks, there's $2,288 of profit per year, or money that I could use for other upgrades that are needed for the girls. Not big money. Can you make money? Bottom line, can you make money selling fresh chicken eggs? You bet. Is it gonna set you up for life at 50 chickens? No. But is it making money as its own little business to add to the income of the farm? Yes. $2,200. That's not bad. Hey, there's part of a vacation. There's some upgrade in the garden. There's some buying some more chicks when a couple of them are taken by a predator or whatever. It's starting to pay for itself. So that's good. The one thing I look at it is, I'm getting fresh eggs. It's throwing off some profit. It's minimal effort. I'm out in the morning changing out some water, adding food, checking for eggs several times a day. At the end of the day, making sure they're all kind of tucked in for the night, turning one light off, making sure they're food again, and pulling eggs. Minimal effort. And we get fresh eggs, and it throws a little profit. So hopefully, I don't know, I've been a little long-winded on this. There's a lot of data. I track the eggs per day. I track the money, trying to just make sure this is making money. Are we going to expand? I don't know. I don't know how many more chickens we can support in the pole barn. I don't want so many chickens that they're on each other's nerves and pecking each other, and it's not healthy for them. We've got a very healthy flock of 54 girls who, especially during the summer, our entire 3+ acres here, they're everywhere. They're free ranging, they're loving it. They're cleaning out all the ticks out of my woods. They're eating bugs and eating the grass and enjoying life out here. They really seem to be enjoying life on the farm. We enjoy having them. They get out and fertilize the yard, add a lot of fertilizer to the garden, and add some quality of life to us, plus throw some profit. So hopefully I explained everything. If you've got additional questions, put them down below. If there's other aspects of raising egg-laying hens or egg production, getting into this, maybe I'll do a video about marketing and getting word out about your eggs, how to advertise. But if you've got questions, throw that down below. I'd love to hear those comments from you. Everybody's so instrumental. If I forgot something, let me know that too. And if you like the video, give us the thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Anyways, thanks for watching and joining us here at the Old Swedes Farm. Take care, everybody.